Good morning, happy Vlogmas. I am taking a sick day and I'm really, I'm not excited about it, but I'm excited about it. I have been dealing with a little bit of a cough and a sore throat. And this morning when I woke up, Mike said, "You really snored a lot last night," which he wasn't saying to be mean, but I don't typically snore. And so I know when I do, I'm either drunk, which was not the case, or I'm getting sick, or I am sick. And when I woke up this morning, my throat was really scratchy. I'm sure you can hear it a little bit. So I took a hot shower to try to loosen things up. And I thought, oh, this is gonna make me feel so much better, but it didn't. I'm now getting a headache and a little bit of an achy body, so I am nipping it in the bud now. I figured I'd show you the things that I use to kind of help myself get over a sickness a little bit quicker. I really hate getting sick this time of year because it is one of my favorite times of the year. And last Christmas, for actual Christmas and for days before and after, I was probably the sickest I'd been in, I don't know, a decade. And the worst part of it was that I didn't even get to be sick by myself or just in my own home. I was at Mike's family's house for Christmas, and it just makes me feel bad when I've isolated myself in a bedroom for 4 days. So I'm really trying not to be sick for Christmas again, because I think 3 out of the last 5 Christmases I've been sick on the actual day, which really sucks, you know? And I think it's because I just run myself ragged and I don't really listen to my body when it's like, okay, Danielle, you need to stop, you need to sleep, you need to drink water, you need to not drink alcohol, you need to stop eating sugar. So I'm doing that today. I'm having a self-care entire day dedicated to getting myself feeling better. I woke up and my eyes are really swollen. That's another telltale sign for me, and my neck hurts, which all those things together are warning signs. I at first told my boss that I was gonna work from home, and then I just emailed her a few minutes ago and I was like, actually, I'm taking back that statement. I'm taking a full-on sick day. So let me show you some of the things that I think really do make a difference. Hot shower, check. I know they make those Vicks pods that you can put in your shower. I haven't tried them, but I feel like if this congestion progresses, I'm definitely gonna give that a go. I do have some eucalyptus bath bombs and bath salts, so I could always use that in a pinch. This is our Noon and True Lemon bin, and in here you will find a bunch of things that you can put into plain water to make them either taste better or to make yourself feel better. So, oh, and mustard, because Mike uses mustard when he cramps during a run. Fun tip for you. My grandmother does this when she gets a Charlie horse in the middle of the night as well. Anyhow, not the point. True Lemon, this is a local company that Caitlin and I have worked with in the past for a photo shoot. These are absolutely delicious. I know that a lot of people really like Crystal Light and that kind of stuff, but I just don't feel like it's truly that good for you. Okay, so truly all this is crystallized grapefruit, citric acid, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't have any of those harsh preservatives or chemicals that other things have, and I have to tell you, every single flavor I've tried has been really delicious. My favorite, I think I've drank them all, but I will say, where is it? I also keep a handful of these in my desk at work. One of the best ones, honestly, is the lemon, and I was a little bit skeptical at first because I was like, oh, it's just gonna taste like sweetened water, sweetened lemon water, and that's not really what I want. It tastes like straight up lemon, freshly squeezed lemon in your water. Sorry, my voice is cracking. And so these are really cool. You can find them on Amazon. You can also buy them from the True Lemon site. We are a big Noon family, and by family I mean me, Mike, and Caitlin. Mike is actually the one who started me and Caitlin on this Noon obsession, and we can't quit it now. So they make several varieties. They've repackaged a couple of times, I think, so there might be some older packaging in here. But they do electrolyte tabs, and they have sport, they have vitamins, they have caffeine, and they have immunity. So they're intended to replenish the salt and electrolytes that you lose when you work out. So Mike uses them because he's a very big long distance runner. However, I had found that when I took them after a night of drinking, I felt like a 10 out of 10 instead of a 6 out of 10. And then the range has expanded, and in my opinion, the best one of the bunch is now the Immunity, because it has everything that something like an Emergency might have without the added sugar. So I think there's 2 grams of sugar per tab. Super cute, easy packaging. There's no powder to measure. There's nothing to pour and stir. You simply pop off the lid. You see the little tabs in there. I'm gonna move this out of the way. You take one out and you pop it in a full glass of water, and you just let it kind of fizz and do its thing. It will break down naturally. You don't have to shake or stir it. You can if you want. I'm using a metal straw, so I will use that to stir it. But this flavor, this particular flavor is blueberry tangerine. Tastes delicious. Mike has described it as unsweetened Gatorade, and I think that's a pretty good way to describe it. It doesn't taste weird. It doesn't leave a funky taste in your mouth, and I truly think that the Immunity tabs help, especially when you can feel a sickness coming on. It just kind of gives you like an extra dose of vitamin C and echinacea and elderberry, all the things, zinc that that we've all heard are so good when you're coming down with something. So can't recommend them enough. As you can see, we are big supporters of the company. We have been gifted stuff by Noon in the past, but Mike is also a Noon ambassador, so he purchases a lot of this stuff at a discount. I will leave links to all of this below. I'm also going to pop 2 ibuprofen because I mentioned that I was achy. And I am spending the day with a book, and this is a book I've read before, but you know that I am a huge Ellen Hilderbrand fan, and I especially love her winter series this time of year. This past weekend was actually the winter stroll on Nantucket, and so I know Caitlin has been inspired to read this series, and she was just reading it, so I thought I'm going to reread it. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm really enjoying it all over again. The last order of business I wanted to talk about was this beautiful book, this cookbook called Eat More Plants. It is written by Molly Krebs, who is the founder of Spices in My DNA, which is a blog, a food blog, and she's actually local to Baltimore, and she's very young, very driven, very talented, and she came out with a cookbook this year, which I purchased immediately, and I will also link this below because I think this is a great gift for someone in your life, someone who likes to cook, someone who might be vegetarian. I am not a vegetarian any longer, but I have found these recipes to be so filling and just delicious and comforting in a way in a lot of these recipes. And I made something from it last night, which I'd made before, and it was a favorite in this house. So it was the ratatouille stuffed shells. It is the perfect dish to make when you're craving pasta, but maybe you don't want to really load up with meat sauce or extra bread on the side. I feel like stuffing the shells with the ratatouille mixture gives it another level of complexity and also savoriness. I really love ratatouille. I love the flavor of balsamic vinegar with it. I just think all the flavors really pair well. And apart from that, the book is just photographed so beautifully. All of her recipes are gorgeous. I actually brought you to different lighting because my overhead kitchen lights suck. Just everything sounds so good. Like that burger doesn't have meat in it, but it looks great. Oh, like a power green salad. Just everything sounds good. Everything that I've made, all the little tabs are things I've made. Everything tastes amazing. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, this is something that I haven't made, but I did flag it the other day. I have to make this. It is hidden zucchini mac and cheese with garlic brown butter breadcrumbs. Doesn't that sound amazing? So I love how it's, you know, it's a vegetarian cookbook, but she doesn't shy away from using dairy, which is a key ingredient in our kitchen. So congrats to Molly. I just think this is fantastic. I think it's a great book. It sits over there next to my stove, so I have access to it at all times, and I find myself reaching for it often because I like supporting a local woman. I like feeling like I'm fueling my body with plants that are tasty. So congratulations again. This is a great addition to your cookbook shelf. Great gift for someone. I will link it below. I realized that I failed to mention this questionable substance on my face. This is the Origins Drink Up Overnight Intensive Mask. I feel like if I'm blowing my nose a lot or taking a really hot shower to try to loosen up my chest, my skin is feeling drier than ever, and I just wanted to quench it with a really nice hydrating mask, so I'm gonna let that sit on for a few hours. You can sleep with it. I don't, because it is a little bit messy. It doesn't really sink into the skin fully, but it does a really nice job of hydrating the skin. So if you find that you have a few uninterrupted hours to let it sink in, highly recommend it. I'm gonna drink my immunity. I'm gonna plop myself in front of the television and put on the cheesiest Hallmark and or Lifetime movies I can find today, because that is what's gonna make me feel better. Also, yes, I'm wearing a sweater. It's a very loose knit, cozy, comfy, soft sweater that I purchased from Loft, I think last year. I'm wearing my Lululemon Align leggings and my favorite socks in the world, which are by a company called Soulmates, S-O-L. And as you can see, they do not match up perfectly. They are hand woven socks from North Carolina, and they're made with recycled yarn. I have been a longtime customer of Soulmates ever since I found them when I took a trip to the Outer Banks probably a decade ago, and I find myself only wearing these socks. I don't really love socks, but I think these are not only beautiful, but they're super comfortable. They keep my feet nice and warm, and they stay up, which is clutch for me. I don't want my socks riding down. That is a huge reason I don't like socks. So really love these. They have tons of fun different patterns. I probably have 6 or 7 pairs by now. They're a little bit pricey, but I've had the same pairs since I started acquiring them. And so that just shows you how long they last. I think they're like $20 or $25. Completely worth the investment. They're so much fun. If you are like me and you like to wear a clog, these would also look really cool in those. I was getting ready to order my groceries online, and I told Mike that I wasn't feeling well and that I was taking a sick day, and he just said, give me a list of anything you need from the grocery store. I am 100% an acts of service person. If you don't know what that is, it's the love languages. You can take a test. It will tell you what your love language is. I am acts of service, I think, more than anything. Not by much, but it's more than anything. To have someone be like, give me a list. I'll go to the grocery store for you, without me even having to ask, that to me means more than you will ever know. So here's my setup. I just made myself a couple of over medium eggs, a piece of toast. I've got my book, all the remotes that I could ever need, my immunity drink. This is the corner that I plan to be cozied up in. I've moved all my pillows, and I dug out this beautiful blanket that my grandparents gave me when I was 6 years old, and I still use it and I still love it. Such a good quality woven blanket. And I dig it out every Christmas, but it just makes me feel very happy to use it. Speaking of grandparents, I totally own 2 of these TV tables, because when I was growing up with my grandparents, they would allow us to eat dinner sometimes on Friday nights in front of the TV, and they always had these. And I know they're kind of old-fashioned, but we don't have a coffee table in our basement, so these work perfectly, and they're super affordable, and I love them, and you can fold them up and store them away. This is my basement, which I don't really show you because the lighting's not all that spectacular, but I started decorating a little bit for Christmas yesterday. I need to get an extension cord for these lights. This is the entertainment center that I was talking about in a previous vlog that we are desperate to get rid of because it's super old. It's really starting to show wear and tear. It's IKEA. I mean, what do you expect? But I did not purchase a fireplace yet, but maybe I will do some online perusing today, because I need to get this out of here. I hate it so much. It's so big and brown and blech. Hi, it's me. I'm still feeling kind of lousy, but I'm going to attempt to make dinner because I feel like a soup would be really good for me right now. And we had Italian sausage in the freezer, so I pulled it and I'm making Italian sausage and white bean soup. It is by The Kitchen Wife. I will link the recipe below. Mike is actually at the grocery store now picking up the rest of the ingredients that we needed, as well as just other things to help get us through the week. I'm gonna go ahead and start on what I can, on the ingredients that I have on hand. And the first step is to brown your Italian sausage in a pan, and I'm gonna use a Dutch oven. And that's what's happening. It is raining cats and dogs. I just feel funny saying that. It's raining cats and dogs, but it really truly is. So this recipe has white beans, Italian sausage, spinach, tomato, chicken broth, elbow macaroni. Did I say tomato? Onion, garlic. I'm so excited that I think I can say this pretty confidently, all of our events are over for the holiday season, and so I feel like I can get back into a routine, which I really thrive on. I can get back to cooking, which I enjoy, but it's like my last priority when I'm super busy and I'm coming home just to change and refresh before I go to another event. So I'm trying some new recipes. Like last night I made that ratatouille stuffed shells. Tonight I'm making this new sausage spinach soup. I'm trying to make like nice hearty meals that take a little bit of time that I wouldn't ordinarily do. By the way, this is a Dutch oven by Martha Stewart. Oh my God, I'm so weak, I can hardly open this. There we go. That's my trick when Mike's not here. Run a lid under hot water and it comes right off. Okay, so now I'm gonna make my chicken broth. I think it calls for 6 cups. I've mentioned this so many times on our channel. It's the Better Than Bouillon roasted chicken base. It is a bouillon paste that you dissolve into hot water. I think it tastes way better than canned or boxed chicken broth, and it certainly takes up a lot less space. All right, that is dissolving in hot water. My garlic is minced. My husband is texting me. Mike is on his way home with the groceries. I've fired up the stove again to rewarm my Italian sausage. My dog is enjoying his dinner. And I've also added the garlic to that as well. I will say this recipe was incredibly easy and incredibly fast. It doesn't really take that long to cook. I mean, I haven't tasted it as a whole yet, but I feel like, how could it be bad? Come here, let me look in your mouth. What do we have? I don't see anything. Was that what it was? There it was. Oh my God, this dog gets stuff stuck in his freaking lips all the time. Honey.
Hello.
Hi.
All right, back up, buddy. Go, back up, back up, back up. Come here.
Get your hand out of your pants. I'm either telling you to get your hand out of your pants, to get your fingers out of your mouth, or I'm telling the dog to stop licking his penis.
You know what they call that?
Boys suck. You better wash your hands before you touch my bread.
How about your butts? I think we're ready.
We're not ready. We're not ready. This is what you always do. You are trying to take over everything. This isn't your meal to make. You're in charge of bread. Stay away from the soup until it's time for you to put it into your mouth. This man.
What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man.
Okay, the lighting's still not the greatest, but I think you can get a good understanding of what the soup looks like, which is basically like spaghetti. Thank you.
Instagram boyfriend.
Oh my God, I can't believe we just did that. It was a good one, honey. High five. Okay, here are the soups. I think it looks pretty good. I tasted a little bit of the broth in the making. I also think it would be really good with a little bit of cream in there. We're Can you scoot a little so I'm not completely...
This is my blog. Get out of here. This is Mike's time of the month.
Mike's time of the month. It's always Mike's time of the month. Are you kidding me? Okay, we're really behind on our Aldi not wine, see now I'm saying it. Cheese advent calendar. We did days 1, 2, 3. Oh, you did 4?
Yeah.
When?
I don't know.
Where was I?
Not here?
What's today?
Didn't know.
Holy shit, we gotta do a lot. We need to do 5. Go ahead and do 5. Ooh!
Herbed Gouda.
Herb Gouda. Okay, 6. That's my lucky number. Ooh, hot and spicy. Hot and spicy what, though? Hot and spicy.
Spicy Gouda.
Okay, another Gouda. Remember last year they were all Goudas? 7. I got a red Leicester. Someone from the UK told me how to pronounce it, so thank you.
Leicester?
Leicester. Leicester. Because I said Leicester.
Leicester.
Leicester, like Worcestershire. And then we need 8. Where's 8? Ooh, tomato and olive. Is it a cheddar?
It's a Gouda.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. The Europeans love their Goudas.
And?
We know that it's...
Today's the 9th.
Oh, I did 9. Was Leicester.
Oh.
We know that we say Gouda, but when Mike and I went to Bonaire, which is a Dutch country, they all said Gouda. So now we say Gouda.
Idiot doing that.
Yeah, you did. I'm gonna leave it in. Oh my gosh. Okay, Mike, come say bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching another day of Vlogmas. I am confident that I'm gonna beat my sickness. I'm gonna have another immunity before bed. Mike has prematurely taken some because he's afraid he's going to get sick. Oh, that's probably better. I'm trying out this mini ring light and it's just making me look translucent. Tomorrow is the day we're gonna decorate the tree. I didn't have it in me to do it today, but tomorrow it is the day. Oh, by the way, the soup. We both loved it. Mike, what
So good. Amazing. Eat it every day of my life.
I think that's taking it a little too far. Yeah. But I looked up the gal who runs the blog account that I pulled this recipe from, and she's a fellow West Virginian. So, what's up, girl? It made a lot of soup. So Mike and I had 1 bowl, and Mike had 2, right? 2. And we still have this big Rubbermaid container left over. So I think it would freeze really well. I think that it's gonna be even better tomorrow. Soup just has a really funny way of tasting better the next day or the day after that even. And then with the little cheeses, I like to take one in my lunch. Is that what you've been doing? Or you just are snacking on
I like to keep them in my pocket.
And do what with it?
Save them.
Save them, okay. I'm glad you do the laundry. Thank you for watching. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We have to have a question of the day. Yeah, what's today's question?
What was yesterday's question?
Well, Caitlin and I forgot to do that.
What was the previous day's question?
Do you get a real tree or a fake tree? And then before that, it was share your favorite cookie recipe with me. It doesn't have to be Christmas related. It can be anything.
Red or white?
Oh, red wine or white. Is that what you meant? Wine?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what else it could have been.
Mints? Candies?
Pizza.
Pizza. Red or white pizza. No, red or white wine. What's your answer?
Red.
Mine is also. Although it does give me heartburn like a mother. Okay, that's gonna be it for today. Thanks for coming back to the show. I don't know what this accent is, but gotta go. Honey!